everyone, so welcome back to my channel. We are doing another pregnancy update video, another vlog, and the last one that I did went to week 28, so we're going to do 29, 30, and 31 in this video, and I'm going to keep them a little bit shorter, hopefully. I don't have much longer. I am getting induced, and I already have my scheduled date of induction for April, which is crazy because it's right around the corner. I literally have 30 days before I get to actually meet my little baby girl, and I'm super excited about it. And I'm getting to the point where I'm getting kind of anxious because I really want to get there, but I'm trying to enjoy these last few weeks of being pregnant. So I'm going to be reading off my phone this time. I usually have my notes written down, but I'm going to just look on my phone. I don't know what it is, but it seems like ever since a few days before my halfway point of 20 weeks up until now, it has been come and go with the congestion. I don't know if it's an allergy thing at this point or if it's just constantly getting sick because my immune system is suppressed being that I am pregnant. So I have no idea what it is. But again, it felt like I was coming down with something. It felt like I was starting to get a sore throat. And right when that started throughout the night, I swear it felt like I was swallowing shards of glass. It was unreal, and I thought I'm going to end up with strep throat because there is no other reason. I don't know why I would be having these kind of strong sensations in my throat like that. Like, that's just weird because I've never had it before when I've gotten sick. So I'm like, okay, this has got to be something different. But turned into a sore throat, and then that obviously turned into just feeling more like I'm coming down with something, more of a cold. Sore throat, I have here nasal congestion, and so I started the week not feeling so great. I had a blood test done for my bile acid, so if you're new to my pregnancy videos, then you may not know that I have cholestasis of pregnancy, which requires to be medically induced by 37 weeks, and I have to get my bile acid levels tested every 2 weeks, and so at that point, I had gotten a new blood test done, and my bile acids came back at 14.8, and previously it was 22, and I think it was 22.7 or 0.6, so it went down, and I did ask my doctor at my OB appointment if it's normal for levels to fluctuate and go up and down, and she said that it does fluctuate. It's not going to, the medication is not going to completely lower it so that I don't have it anymore. It's just kind of a protocol that they do. You get prescribed a medication that you take 3 times a day for it, and you get blood tests done, and so for her, the level of concern will be a 40 or above. So I'm still currently waiting for some results of another blood test that I did last week, and I should be able to get my results. I'm hoping that they give me a call sometime today, hopefully, with those numbers, and I will definitely update you in the next 3-week update. But we are glad that the level went down. I started to kind of notice that I was feeling kind of funny at 30 and 5, so 30 weeks and 5 days, where I started noticing my heart rate was beating a little bit faster, and I was told that I had a heart murmur when I went to my doctor at the beginning of the year in January for being really sick, and I thought I had like possibly the flu at that point. And he said that I had a heart murmur, which could be just pregnancy related because I've never heard about it prior to being pregnant. I've never been told. So I started to feel like every time I ate something with a lot of sugar, I start to feel like my heart rate was racing. So I did a test that day with my food, and I wrote here Honey Nut Cheerios, which is gluten-free, with half of a banana and almond milk. Of course, my black coffee with no sugar, no creamer, as always, and water. Maybe it's just kind of random when it hits the feeling like my heart is beating faster. I also have a lot more blood circulating through my body, which could be the reason. But it was just kind of weird. And I noticed that it happens sometimes every day. Sometimes there's a few days where it doesn't happen. So it's very strange. I don't know what it is, but personally, I don't think it's something that I should be extremely concerned with, but maybe so. I don't know. So that's kind of what was happening on week 30. So week 31, I started to notice that I was sweating more than usual, and I noticed that this was kind of similar to when I was pregnant with my son. towards the very end of my pregnancy, the last couple months, I started to get overheated very quickly, started to feel like I'm sweating more so than normal. I honestly don't know if it's hormone related or what, but this happened with my first pregnancy. And that's why I'm in tank tops, because I'm just hot. I am constantly feeling like I'm sweating. I feel like I need to just wear layers so that I can take them off as I feel like I'm starting to get overheated, and I start to kind of feel weird when my body starts to overheat. So that's just been kind of a thing. I know, crazy, sweating a lot, but I normally don't sweat that much. So this is definitely quite a bit of sweating. And, you know, I just have the fans on in my room. I stay downstairs where it's much cooler than upstairs. Then I also noticed that I had pulling sensation low in my pelvic area, which is very kind of random when it comes and goes. And I think it's, again, round ligament pain, since we are getting very close to D-Day. So I think that my body is just kind of starting to have those stretches, and I think it's the hormone relaxin. I think I may have mentioned this in my last video, that I started experiencing this pretty early on. And maybe it's because I'm a second-time mom and this is my second pregnancy, so maybe it happens earlier with the second and third and fourth pregnancies, more so than when you're pregnant for the first time. It may happen a little later. I also noticed that I had random dizzy feeling. It was kind of weird. I felt kind of funny and almost like, not like the whole room was spinning, but just very strange. And I feel like if I turn my head too quickly, I kind of feel a little like I'm getting a little dizzy. If I bend down to grab something and I get up really quickly, I start to get really dizzy, and that's kind of strange. And it doesn't last for very long, but it's something that I really didn't experience until this point of my pregnancy. So I think it's normal to feel a little bit of lightheadedness. So I have, again, as I've talked about so many times, my water. I fill this up with water and ice so many times a day, 5-6 times a day, because I'm constantly drinking water. So I don't think that the dizziness is attributed to dehydration. I just think it's a weird pregnancy thing. So this week 31, I also went in for a growth scan. My doctor wanted to make sure that there is proper growth in the baby. I didn't think that there wasn't, because my belly has continuously gotten bigger, so that's always a good sign. And we're also at that scan looking at blood flow, amniotic fluid levels, measuring, they measured her head to see what her size is, if she's measuring on track. And the gal who did the ultrasound, she's like, so do you know what you're having? And I said, yes, we do know. And I said, we were told it's a girl. And I'm like, it better still be a girl, because I've got a lot of returns to do. And it's funny, because as soon as she started doing the ultrasound, she's like, oh, it's still a girl. So I'm glad that it hasn't been different. And we talked about 4D and 3D 4D ultrasounds, which I haven't actually gone and paid for one. And she said, you'd be surprised how many women come in for their appointments and they need to get a scan done because the doctor ordered it. And turns out that the gender that they were told at a 3D 4D place was wrong. And I thought, oh my gosh, that would be crazy to give birth to the opposite sex that you weren't even expecting. And you're ready for one, but it's something else. Wouldn't that be crazy? So the baby was measuring a few days ahead. So instead of being 31 weeks in a couple days, she was measuring at 32 weeks. So she's a little bit bigger than what we thought. And at that point, little Miss was weighing 4 pounds, 5 ounces. So she is definitely small in weight, but I think she's kind of, like I said, a few days ahead of schedule as far as her size. So I think she's doing well. And we got a few ultrasound pictures, and then she says, you know what, let me see if I can get you a good 3D, was it 3D? Yeah, 3D picture. And so she was, you know, used the 3D probe, and at first on the screen it looked like it was the regular 2D black and white that they do for normal ultrasounds, but then she hit a button and it went into 3D, and it was like the perfect shot. I saw her entire face, and literally in that moment when that picture came up, I just started crying. I could not control my tears, because I was able to see the structure of her nose and the shape, her lips, top and bottom, her cupid's bow, her chin, her eyes. it was so incredible to see her because I wanted to do a 3D, 4D ultrasound, but we are getting so close that my husband's like, you know, we really don't have that much longer, so I think we should just kind of wait it out and just see her for the first time when she's born. And you know what? I just kind of let it go. I wasn't kind of making a big fuss about it. But that was so unexpected that day for me to see her in 3D that it just literally took my breath away to see her, because we have had just a lot of ups and downs with this pregnancy, and just to actually be able to see her and just kind of see what her face is going to look like, it's an incredible experience. So I would recommend it if you have a place around you that does 3D, 4D ultrasounds, or maybe even at your OB's office if you can do it and just kind of get a glimpse. It's hard to articulate what it makes you feel. So that was the highlight of my week for week 31, and you know, just getting emotional seeing her. I can't wait. I can't wait. So that is the updates for weeks 29, 30, and 31. So the next one will be 32, 33, and 34. I will be talking about the non-stress test in my next update, which is also something that is required when you are diagnosed with cholestasis of pregnancy. At week 32, start the non-stress test twice a week. So I will update you guys on that. But so far, besides like little things, I feel like these last 3 weeks have been pretty much kind of stable. Just little things here and there that are a little bit different, but she's doing really great. Her movements are incredibly painful at this point. I feel like she's probably running out of space, and the movements that I see when I look down at my belly, it's almost as if she wants to break free and she wants out. Like, I feel like at any moment she's just gonna bust out because she's incredibly strong and she is just all over the place, and she's like that all through the night, and it's mostly in the evenings, but it's definitely something that has gotten to the point where it is very painful. And and I forgot to mention, when I had my growth scan, she was already in the head down position, so she's kind of where she needs to be. She needs to probably settle a little bit more, I think, in a certain position, but she's already head down. She is trying to break free, so I feel like she's ready. And I told my husband last night, I wouldn't be surprised if I went into labor before 37 weeks, honestly, because she is just crazy. She's got so much strength, and it's unbelievable to look down at your belly and actually see those movements and see this little life with so much strength. And just, it's kind of creepy sometimes, like when an elbow is sticking out or a foot is pushing out, or, you know, I can see like when I'm lopsided. I'm lopsided when she goes to the one side, and she has been favoring the right. I don't know if that really means anything, but she likes to, you know, favor the right side, and she's been kicking a lot, and it's kicking me in my ribs. That is it for this update. I will insert some, I think I did some clips prior to filming to show you currently what my belly's like, because these updates are not very current. So I will show you what my belly looks like currently at the moment. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this update. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to check out my previous updates. I will have them all linked down below in the description box. Feel free to share some of your pregnancy updates if you're watching and you are pregnant. Let me know some details if you'd like down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I have a couple more updates. Got some baby haul stuff that I want to show you guys. Really cute stuff. And then of course the nursery tour, which is coming very soon. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. It's on the screen here. I hope to see you there. And if not, I will catch you in my next video. Have a fabulous day, you guys. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.